No one knows how that world came into being. It devoured everything from the past. Only I was left. That was a fatal mistake.
It's the aura of the Grail pieces. I can sense it. As long as it is reforged.
My wish can be fulfilled.
But wishes come at a price.
To pursue one's wishes is to court one's doom.
Holy Grail. Blood. This is a feast only for the king. You can't escape from your doomed fate.
Gwendolyn, this is your final warning.
My quarrel lies not with you, but I will take back everything that belongs to me. Even if the price is my soul.
Tides of Annihilation is an exciting action-adventure game that puts you in the shoes of Gwendolyn, the last surviving human in a messed-up version of London. The city's been taken over by some seriously weird, otherworldly forces, and you've got to figure out what's going on while trying to save reality itself. What makes this game really cool is how it mixes old-school Arthurian legends with modern apocalyptic vibes. You'll be running around a twisted London while also exploring a magical medieval realm. The gameplay is pretty awesome. You'll be fighting alongside ghost knights that you can summon, pulling off sweet combos like in Devil May Cry, and using different weapons like swords and bows. One of the coolest features is that you'll get to fight and climb these massive colossal knights that are basically walking battlegrounds. You can also build your own team of legendary knights with different powers to help you fight, and there are over 30 epic boss battles inspired by King Arthur's legends. While there's no exact release date yet, the game will be available on PlayStation 5, with some extra fancy graphics for PS5 Pro, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Remember this day, Hunter. We were built for victory. We are humanity's last chance.
Attention. Starfall site identified. Rival factions inbound.
Prepare to deploy. Enter the hunt. Let's get you home.
We were born to do this. To hunt and fight for freedom.
You will suffer my strength before you even see me. I am the apocalypse! They got me good.
Hang on. I don't leave my partners behind. Revive it now.
Let me repay the favor.
Consider your death part of the plan. This isn't over.
You will face impossible odds. Remember, you're an emblem of hope. Unleash the hunter within.
Steel Hunters is an exciting new free-to-play multiplayer game where you pilot massive mechanical beasts called hunters in a post-apocalyptic world. These hunters, which are inspired by real animals like wolves and bears, are actually machines infused with human consciousness. The game takes place on Earth after a major disaster, where everyone's fighting over a special resource called Starfall that's crucial for survival. You'll team up with another player and face off against other duos in intense battles that mix shooting, strategy, and survival elements. The gameplay is super varied. You can smash through buildings, level up during matches to get stronger, and even transform into a bigger mech if you're lucky enough to grab a Colossus kit. What's cool is that it's not just about shooting skills. You'll need to think tactically and work well with your partner to win. The game is launching in early access on April 2nd, 2025, and will be available on PC first, with console versions planned for release later. If you're into team-based shooters with a twist, this is definitely one to watch out for.
Haven't been out here in a long time. Jesus, you're too young to remember Activation Day. It's an ambush! Fall back! Fall back! We need reinforcements! Sector Bravo charging container! Reinforcements now!
And let me tell you that fancy haircuts and TV ads is not the life of a PMC.
Señor Legacy, well,
Even if we don't have an invasion, let me show you a revolution!
What the hell is happening?
Hush! Don't you fucking move.
La Quimera is an exciting new first-person shooter that blends sci-fi elements with Latin American folklore in a really cool way. Set in 2064, you play as a PMC soldier with a customizable exosuit in a world that's fallen apart. The game takes you through massive cities with towering skyscrapers and dense jungles where you'll face off against all sorts of enemies, from high-tech soldiers to supernatural creatures inspired by Latin American myths. The gameplay is pretty intense, mixing tactical shooting like in Metro with some unique twists. You can play solo or team up with two friends in co-op mode, and you've got tons of options to customize your character and weapons. What's really neat is how you can modify your exosuit to match your playstyle. And there's this helpful AI companion that gives you tips during fights. The environments are super detailed, whether you're exploring neon-lit streets or creeping through dangerous jungles. The game's being made by Reburn, a studio formed by the talented folks who created Metro and Stalker. While we don't have an exact release date yet, it's coming exclusively to PC through Steam, so keep an eye out for more announcements.
I have 1,000 questions. Why did you come back?
I stood in the home I was born in. In that moment, I felt a connection.
Epsilon 11, sound off. Where are my men?
They're gone.
Choose your next move wisely.
What happened here?
Madness and hatred and lots of it.
Impossible. It's you.
We must continue. We've begun to uncover.
Hell Is Us is an upcoming third-person action-adventure game where you play as Remy, a UN peacekeeper who goes AWOL to uncover the truth about his past and find his parents. Set in a war-torn fictional country called Hadia, the game features a unique blend of combat and exploration mechanics. You'll face supernatural beings called Hollow Walkers, while navigating through a semi-open world without traditional navigation aids like maps or quest markers. Combat involves using various melee weapons and a drone companion named KAPI that helps you in battles. What makes the game stand out is its minimalistic approach to guidance, encouraging players to rely on their instincts and NPC conversations to progress through the story. The game is set to release on September 4th, 2025, and will be available on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Phantom Blade Zero is an intense action RPG that blends Chinese martial arts with dark storytelling. You'll play as Soul, an elite assassin who's been framed for murder and now has only 66 days to live. Having survived a brutal manhunt, you'll venture through a semi-open world teeming with mysterious enemies while uncovering the truth behind your betrayal. The game's got some really cool features, like fast-paced combat where you can wall run and teleport behind enemies. Plus, you can use different weapons like blades, cannons, and hammers. Although the main story follows a single-player format, players can join forces with others in endgame content. The game mixes traditional wuxia-style martial arts with what they're calling Kung Fu Punk. Imagine Chinese Kung Fu meeting dark fantasy. You'll be able to customize your character with different weapons and skills, making your own unique fighting style. And don't worry if you're not a hardcore gamer, there are different difficulty levels to choose from. The game is being developed by S-Game using Unreal Engine 5, and while there's no exact release date yet, it's coming to PlayStation 5 and PC.
You have to embrace uncertainty. Risk of failure. So many unknowns. And most people aren't willing to take that on. But if you've ever felt that moment, everything lines up. I guess it's a risk you're willing to take.
STORROR Parkour Pro is shaping up to be the ultimate parkour experience in gaming. This upcoming multiplayer game puts you in an open-world version of London's Isle of Dogs, where you'll be running, jumping, and pulling off sick parkour moves as you try to save your neighborhood from being demolished. The game really stands out because it was made with help from the actual STORROR Parkour team, so all the movements feel super authentic. We're talking vaults, flips, slides, and tons of other moves that flow together smoothly. The game is packed with cool stuff to do. You can team up with friends for missions, compete in races and skill contests, or just explore the huge urban playground filled with rooftops, moving cranes, trains, and helicopters. You'll be able to customize your character with different outfits and gear as you progress, and there's even a chance to get some real-world STORROR merch as rewards. What's really neat is how the game combines realistic parkour with fun arcade-style gameplay. The developers used motion capture from real parkour athletes to make sure everything looks and feels right. STORROR Parkour Pro is heading to early access in early 2025, and for now, it's coming exclusively to PC through Steam and the Epic Games Store. Cronos. The New Dawn is a thrilling survival horror game where you play as the Traveler, jumping between two different time periods, 1980s Poland and a scary post-apocalyptic future. You're working for this mysterious group called the Collective, and your job is to use this special device called the Harvester to basically save people's souls from the past before everything goes wrong. You'll be exploring creepy locations, fighting off some pretty nasty monsters, and trying to survive with limited resources. The game has this unique mix of old Eastern European architecture and retro-futuristic style, which gives it a really distinct look. The combat is tough and strategic. You can't just run in guns blazing, you've got to think about every move. Plus, anything you do in the past can change how things play out in the future, which adds a whole other layer of strategy to the game. If you're into games like Dead Space or Silent Hill, you'll probably dig this one. It's being made by Bloober Team, the folks behind The Medium and Silent Hill 2 Remake, and is expected to release sometime in 2025 for PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S.
Nothing lasts forever. Dead.
Reanimal is a chilling survival horror game that puts you in the shoes of a brother-sister duo trying to rescue their friends on a seriously creepy island. The game is made by Tarsier Studios, the same folks who brought us Little Nightmares, so you know it's going to be properly spooky. You'll be sneaking around this twisted version of their home island, dodging mutated animals, and uncovering some pretty dark secrets. A really cool feature is that you can play solo while AI controls your sibling or team up with a friend in co-op mode, either on the couch or online. The game has this really unique vibe where it mixes horror with platforming. You'll be solving puzzles together and exploring different areas of the island once you get your hands on a boat. The visuals are both beautiful and creepy, taking inspiration from Little Nightmares, and the monsters you'll encounter are actually designed based on the kids' troubled past, which adds a whole other layer to the story. If you're into atmospheric horror games with some emotional storytelling mixed in, you'll definitely want to check this one out. Reanimal is releasing in 2025, and you'll be able to play it on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I've got a little something special for you. We're going to try out the brand new tool. Oh my, you're music, you're setting grace. Let's sing together. Let's keep on singing another day. With music I'll never stray. Sweet that I'm alive. For love of music. Let's keep on singing night and day with a
Project Century is an exciting new action-adventure game set in 1915 Japan during the Industrial Revolution. Made by the same team behind Yakuza and Like a Dragon series, this game puts you in a bustling city where tradition meets modernization. You'll get to explore detailed streets filled with factories, market stalls, and narrow alleyways while taking on enemies in intense, action-packed combat that brings back the classic Yakuza-style fighting. The game features everything from hand-to-hand combat to weapon fights using swords, crowbars, and guns, plus some epic boss battles, including one against a guy wielding a huge sledgehammer. The story follows a mysterious character who seems to have both historical and modern vibes, which has got fans thinking there might be some time travel involved. You'll get to roam around this beautifully crafted open world, checking out busy marketplaces, getting into street fights, and even catching some jazz performances. There are also plenty of side quests and interesting characters to meet along the way. While we don't have an exact release date yet, Project Sentry is expected to launch sometime in 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
This city is a miracle of progress. A finely tuned, delicately balanced machine. But it only takes one rebellious little gear to ruin everything. If you resist my rule, if you alter our past, if you threaten what I have built, there is nowhere in space or time where I will not destroy you.
Oh no. What did I do?
Any last words before my friend puts one in your scalp?
ClockWork Revolution is an exciting steampunk action RPG that takes you to Avalon, a super cool Victorian-era city filled with clockwork prosthetics and mechanical servants. You play as Morgan, a revolutionary fighter who gets their hands on this awesome time travel gadget called the Chronometer. The city is controlled by this shady character, Lady Ironwood, who's been using time travel to keep the rich folks in power, and it's up to you to shake things up. The game is all about exploring this detailed steampunk world while fighting with cool weapons like revolvers and Gatling guns. You can jump back in time, make different choices, and watch how they change the present, kind of like a really intense butterfly effect. The combat mixes regular gunplay with time-bending powers, and you can customize your character and choose which factions you want to support in the city. Plus, the whole place looks amazing, with all these clockwork designs and steam-powered machines everywhere. While we don't have an exact release date yet, ClockWork Revolution is expected to launch in 2025. It'll be available on PC and Xbox Series X and S, and if you've got Xbox Game Pass, you'll be able to play it on day one.